That's a problem.
Nothing to it but to doing it. Wake up!
Welcome to Montana. Well, morning. I am back in the field harvesting today. I've been spraying the last couple days, trying to get a control on these weeds. Man, it got nasty with all the rain that came after we sprayed. So, second flush of weeds basically is what we're dealing with now. Just about done cutting winter wheat. We got back into that here yesterday. Tim was messing around with unloading an auger that was drifting on his combine. Kind of think we got that diagnosed. So, and then I go dump trucks after they're all full because that's basically what we get off of one field. Yeah, not a whole lot of trucking to do, but the bins are filling up, so that's good.
So we are going to, I got a truck running. Gonna get the 145 and the auger set up over that bin, number 3 on the east side there where the scissor lift is. It only has a little bit of weed in it. We have this bin pretty much full, this number 8 bin. And we were gonna save it for seed, but now it's to the point where, well, plans have changed. So we're going to move that full bin over to that way less full bin, simply because what's in there won't fit in there, because that's a bigger bin. So it kind of sucks to move a lot instead of just moving a little bit. Whatever, I think we got time. This field here is where we're going next. All the combines are sitting over there. So we'll, yeah, that's what we're doing. So, slow start today. Let's get it going. Nothing to it but to doing it. Safety first, make sure the coffee cup is secure. And we get our RC Farm thingies, and we gotta remember how that works. Okay, here we go. All right, start by turning it on. Pressing the start button and then the safety button and the starter, but then you got to put your foot on the clutch on this tractor too. So and there we go. Alright, I got my diesel exhaust fluid in, flipping a long auger around in a tight spot. Whoever had the bright idea for diesel exhaust fluid have to be in every machine, should they themselves be put to death? Get it? Death. Huh? Okay, so how we tend to do this, I know a lot of people are like super sticklers about, oh, your auger's got to be straight with the tractor, PTO shaft stuff, but actually we end up preferring to like having the front end of the tractor kicked off to the side to give you a little more room. So hopefully you can see this. I always aim off to the side of the bin, or the hole at the top, and then last second, turn, swing the auger over the hole, and that kicks the front end of the tractor. Boom! See how we did? I like it. Hole in one. Nice. There, as you can see, standing dead center in front of the tractor, the auger's kicked off that way, right? That just gives you a little extra room to bring the truck right along here and not have to get right to the corner of that bucket. You could be out away from it a little bit. So that is why we do that. Thank you down there. And there. Get this up here out of the way so it doesn't hit me in the head. We take our RC remote. We start our hydraulics and gotta remember what lever it is all the time. Swing this out. And telescope it in. This thing is so nice. Okay, that's done. Turn our hydraulics off. Oh, we can do that in a second. But I'm not gonna need the tractor for a few because I still have to load the truck. So we're just shut the tractor off. Shut that valve off so the hydraulics don't seep down. That there, bring this. Give it a minute because of the monitor booting up. We wait until we hear the beep. See, the monitor's not ready yet. Wake up! Oh, there we go. Okay, now we're good. Turn our hydraulics on. Run this down. Maybe a little close with the truck, not a big deal. Right to there. PTO on. Hello. Oh yeah. Camera, buttons. There it goes. Gotta hit that one and that one. Cool, cool. Okay, now. RPMs. Sunday morning when we got up to do chores, it was 39. So we've already reached 30. Anyway, that's why I'm wearing a hoodie, but it's coming off pretty quick.
Well, Marcel is back, and we are going to throw the drop pan on the back of Dad's combine here quick and get a test, see what we're losing on the ground. I'm really excited to see how this thing works. That's how easy it is to turn it on. And the remote control. So Marcel's got the remote on his lanyard there. Get into some average crop. I don't know if there's an average crop in this field this year.
Yeah, this is looks a little bit tough. I feel for you, man.
That looks like a pretty good spot there. Consistent.
There?
Sure.
Okay. We'll just press the button, the remote control here. Now the LED blinked again, so we know it dropped. So it has a feedback function on it, and it's right there.
Oh yeah, there it is. Bet you the wind took all the chaff off. We won't have to do much checking there.
So now instead of trying to find all the kernels in here, we just dump everything in here. And we're trying to stay out of the wind. Turn that on. The battery in it. And then there's a variable speed switch on here. No grain in it.
Look at that.
A couple of broken ones. This is a bit heavy, as it's almost like wood here, so it hardly floats.
Yep.
So sometimes you have to pick that out a little bit, but usually if this
Wheat
is
stalks and all the goods. Well, there might be one kernel there.
yeah, there's one. There's a couple of broken ones here. These are the ones you do not find when you look on the ground, right?
Yep.
Like you will not find them really, but the pan doesn't lie. The pan will catch this as actually grain loss. Really not worth it to throw on the scale. And what do we have here? You said 12 bushel?
Yeah, and it's close to 10. I don't know for sure what it's.
Yeah. So now see if you close it out. This is how clean you can actually make the sample if you have grains in it.
Sure.
And there's hardly anything going through this combine now, right? When you look at what's there.
Yeah, we're not cutting much residue.
Yeah, so usually that pan is full of straw and chaff, and then you fill up that air separator right to the top.
Yep.
And essentially what you do, you put one hand on top, turn it on, and blow the chaff out. And it takes you like 40 seconds-ish.
Sure.
Straw and the chaff comes out, the kernels stay behind, but you know, this is pretty sweet here. I know the yield is not great, but at least you're keeping it all.
Yeah.
That's good. And now we've seen anything from 2 kernels all the way to just the whole thing just full, just in case a sieve came shot or something was wrong with the combine.
Too much air.
Right. So if you don't check, you don't know. That's basically what it comes down to. And this is a safe, easy way to stay out of the dust.
Yep.
Either with a remote control or with the phone, and you can do this consistently. Like it will, if you change settings now and you drop it again, it will drop in the same spot.
Yeah.
So you consistently
so you can see if anything's changing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kind of like your air seeder. Every air seeder comes with a bucket and a scale to calibrate it, right? This is kind of your bucket and the scale for a combine.
Sure.
To properly set it up.
So let's take those few kernels and what are those going to weigh?
I don't know.
Tenth of a gram?
If yeah.
We'll even read.
That will be hard to read for the scale, but we can put it on the app and see what it does. You know, you have a combine set properly when the scale doesn't register it. So.
Yeah. Well, the yield monitor might not be registering anything either.
Yeah, that's that's the sad part this time around.
We'll see if we can find any other kernels on the ground from header loss because it is really short.
The cool thing with a drop pen is if you drop a pen behind the combine, you can now differentiate between header loss or pre-harvest loss because everything inside the pen is from the combine and everything underneath when you lift it up is either header loss or this kind of stuff that was in the ground beforehand. Because if you don't have a pen and you look on the ground behind the machine, how do you know where it's coming from, right?
Yeah.
Especially this field had some hail, you said, right?
Yeah, there's hail here earlier.
The headers have a tough time picking it up because we have all these friends here and the crop is not really high, so it's finding the fine line between picking up what you want and not picking these things up.
Yep.
And when you look on the ground, you can't really differentiate where these things came from, but the pen will tell you the difference, which is the nice thing about it.
There's 10 kernels in a square foot there just from shatter or wind or whatever with this dry crop, so we're gonna get dusted out again. Well, we put the pan out on the feeder or the side of the header just past the transport wheels there, so I'm gonna get into the app here and we're gonna let them get a little bit further ahead into this better spot in the field and we'll drop it. Oh, there it is. All right, let's go pick it up. So here we'll have a good chance to see what's underneath from the header or just environment. Like there's lots of kernels right there, another kernel there, lots of kernels. That one's been there so long it's even rain has got stuck into the dirt, so we could count all of those, but be really good. Did you bring in tweezers so we could pick up every little one and count how much header loss is there? We could count those, we'll figure out how many kernels at least, but let's look at the pan and see what we got here. I bet you there'll be a few more the way that wind's pushing.
Yeah, I'm a bit more careful with the air separator now because I want to differentiate the weeds from it, but there's a couple more kernels, not bad.
Almost the same, huh?
Yeah.
Look at all that barnyard grass seed we're saving.
Yeah, this is great. It'd be a nice cover crop, man.
I see one full one.
Yeah.
And a few brokens again. Almost exactly the same. So that's pretty good to see that At least now the center is the same as outside the spreader, or you know, in the center of the spreader and the side of the combine.
Yeah, now you know the average, which is nice.
Yep. So average is pretty low. Well, morning. Back to the office with the view. Back in the spur this morning. I actually just got a phone call from my cousin and asking about the spider drill we demoed this spring. They farm about an hour and a half south of here, and they're dealing the same thing. He's in his sprayer, lots of weeds, wondering about getting a disc drill because they just have such a mess to get through for next spring. And it's a huge area that's like dealing with this. He said they got lentils that were desiccated, and then 8 inches of rain laid them all flat to the ground and shelled them out. Then they couldn't anchor their lentils, kind of like our peas, and they get harvested. Just one of those. We're all ready for 2026 season. Yeah, we're gonna go kill some more weeds, get some fields ready to harvest. So that's the plan for today. It's basically been just that all day today. Here, I'll show you a little more. Well, this is definitely one for the books. What a year 2025 has been. We have never had to pre-harvest spray crops like this. Lentils occasionally, and maybe chickpeas, but never wheat. Just thin crop, and then rain and lots of weeds came. I didn't even know there was this much weeds out there. Unbelievable. Well, time to fix a wheel seal. Been kind of babying this thing along, putting oil in it and checking every couple spray loads. But now I got a little time caught up on spraying for a day or two. Let's get this thing fixed. Well, the other morning this was dusty, which isn't like the rest of them. I just blew it off with the air hose. Then later that day, started to have oil dripping on the rim, and that seal in there was wet. So that's a problem. This is the first wheel seal in 8,000 hours of sprayers. This one's got about 4,000 on it that we've ever had. So not really sure what's going on. Hopefully there's not more internal stuff going on, but I'm gonna pop the cover off and just look at it before I run for the seal. Well, I got the cap off of there. Don't see anything weird in there yet, so I think we'll just go get the seal and get the tire grabber in here tomorrow, pull this wheel off and get it all disassembled. Maybe not tomorrow, who knows, someday.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching, but don't forget, farm hard, pray harder. See you next video.